Hello, hello. It's Nienke here from ninks.com. I haven't posted in a while, I know. It's been crazy busy this summer with the girls being home. And I have been stamping quite a bit. I had a lot of projects. I just did not have time to record videos, edit videos, and upload videos. But I did do a couple, and I'm going to just say start editing and uploading now within the next week or so. I just did the catalog, the annual catalog flip through, and I loaded that for you recently. It's the May 2021 to April 2022 annual catalog. You would have seen it if you looked at my previous video, and there's a lot of fun stuff in there. All the new annual, or the New Year's in colors, the pale papaya, and it's got all of this beautiful alcohol inks. I'm not going to go into that now because I already did the flip through, but I'm super excited with all the stuff in the new annual catalog. And there's that evening evergreen. I think it's a very nice dark color that makes all the other colors really pop. So, but in this video, I have previously recorded it. So I am going to show you this Etched in Nature stamp set. It was our stamp set from On Tour at the beginning of the year, and we all received these stamp sets, and I made a card with it that I, as I said, already recorded, and I'll show you how that looks. I was just excited because I enjoyed the fellowship with other demonstrators, and the fact that we got some stamp sets and things beforehand. Unfortunately, this stamp set is not available because during, the on tour, they realized there was some quality issues. It's a very, very detailed stamp set, and they struggled to get it stamping nice. But this is my card, and I had so much fun with it. I'm going to show you how to do that now. I have, let me put this one over here, a card base of Old Olive, and it is 11 by 5.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. The reason why I have it in this orientation is because I want to emboss the edges, like these edges I embossed. And this is the way you will need it to fit into your machine. And with your 3D embossing folder, I'm using the Evergreen Forest, and it looks like this. If you had it in the other way, that works. It won't go through the machine properly, and the orientation won't be correct. So you need to have it like this. Get it straight, pick an area you want, and then just run it through your machine in this orientation, and then that will be good. But I already done that, so that we can save some time and not have the big machine under here. So there we go. Run it through the machine and then scored and folded, and we already have this beautiful embossed piece for our background. And then we will need a piece of Very Vanilla. It's 5.5 by 3 1/4. Going to put in the middle and do our stamping. So let's, just before we do that, I'm also going to need some scrap pieces that I'll punch out. For our sentiment, I'm going to grab my punch. I have a piece of scrap. Here's another trick I want to show you with this one. If you have a piece of cardstock, and you can see this one isn't quite large enough, it's not going to have enough space to cut off cut these corners. Then just twist your paper. Instead of having it straight like that, twist your paper in, and that will save you room, so you don't have this whole length to cut. Put it in at an angle, and then you will have your whole piece cut out like that. That wouldn't have fit in this way. So there's a little tip for that. So that's our first piece. Same thing, and I think also it saves a bit of cardstock if you do it this way. So there's our very vanilla and our old olive pieces done. I love the sponge. I use it a lot. And then what we're going to do with this piece is just snip it in half, because we want to have it as an accent there. And then we need on the side too, so I'm just going to eyeball the middle, snip it in half. Now I'm using my Mossy Meadow ink spot for my sentiment, which is Cherish Happy Moments. And I'm getting tangled in my wires. Oops, bumped you. Okay, I'm using the Cherish Happy Moments in Mossy Meadow ink, just using my little ink spot, inking that up very nicely because it is a rubber stamp. You don't really need your foam mat because it already has that cushion, but I love using my foam mat regardless. It protects my work surface with the grid paper underneath, and I like it. So there we go. There's our sentiment stamp. We'll just let that dry for a bit. And then this is a big old stamp. Look at this one. This is an E block, I think. Yeah, it needs an E block. Now I'm not even going to use all of it. I'm only inking up this part of the stamp. By inking up only the part you need, it's just less wasteful and also less chance of you sticking your finger in stuff you don't need. I just wipe that off with my finger. Now I want this more to the bottom, just in like so. I think a little bit more, doesn't really matter. And then just firm pressure, hold it for a couple of seconds and lift. Now there has been some talk about these stamps not giving clear impressions every time. I found it when I did do my sample too, but as you can see, this one looks way better. I'm going to show you what I did. So when I initially stamped did the first couple of things, it didn't come out clear and I couldn't get it to come out clear. The recommendation is to have a freshly inked ink pad. This is practically a brand new ink pad, so it's just the fine lines. People overall are having trouble with getting clear images with these very, very fine lines on these rubber stamps. But I'm going to show you how to just get around it. We just need to get around it. There's nothing wrong with the stamp. It is what it is. Okay. So now doing the little butterfly, I want my butterfly here in the corner. Nice firm pressure. Just hold it. Don't wiggle your stamp like back and forth, because you see the ink I have on these areas. If you stamp and you wiggle back and forth like left to right, you're going to get that halo effect. Do you see that line over there and over there? That's because this end of the stamp, or that end of the stamp, is touching your paper, and you don't want that. So there is that one. You can actually see that one had a better, it's lighter, but it's a better sort of image. Interesting. Oh well, I'll show you how to fix all of this. Let me wipe that off, close this, and then there's one other thing. The January to June catalog has got a beautiful Mossy Meadow braided linen trim. Now, when I had to do my example for our demonstrator swap, I didn't have that. My order was still on its way. So the only thing I had was this natural looking braided linen trim. So I grabbed my dark old olive stamp and blend marker, and because I wanted it green, because I'm going for a monochromatic card, let me start at this end here. I just colored it green, because with the grayish color of this natural ribbon and the old olive color, it is darker than what old olive would be, so it actually it's pretty spot on mossy meadow, I have to tell you. I just thought, oh well, you know, give it a whirl. This is what I want to do. I want to put mossy meadow ribbon on there, but hey, I don't have it. What do? Just make a plan. So you can use either tip. I usually use the brush tip when I do color my ribbon, but I found the chisel tip actually just gives off more ink, and it went way quicker. It's extremely juicy, like you can see, so we just need to leave that to dry for a wee bit. And now my bow, I already had a bow tied, and I was wondering, can I just color this while it's still already tied? Well, let me show you. You can decide, because why get your fingers all inky? See, if you just hold it, how the ink seeps into the linen, the braided linen trim. It just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's already tied or it's not. You just color it. You can just touch the edge and it goes all green. That side and this side. Turn around, just hold it on top of the knot, pull it down this side, ooh, come back, and there we go. Easy peasy. Mossy meadow braided linen trim done. I'm going to give that a second to dry, right off to the side, if I can find space to put it. There we go. Go in there, and we can finish our mat for the, so we want it this way, so I want to put glue on this area, so not all the way to the bottom, but the entire top piece, and a little bit down like so. Let's put this on top. It's very easy to line up because you can just look at, because these are flush, they just go together very nicely. Same thing with this one. And you see I got a little bit glue on the back. It doesn't matter because I'm on my silicone craft mat. It'll just dry and wipe straight off. And I didn't get anything else. Now, easiest way for me is to turn this, flip this upside down and do exactly the same thing. Now, I also want to check your sides, that that's lined up and that you sort of have the same width there, which is about 1/8 of an inch. Like so. Okay, that can dry too while I show you this. Now, I love coloring. I have all the different pencils. This is Faber-Castell Polychromos. It's just the coloring pencils I love, and I like to use. You can use your blends if you want. They're going to bleed a bit. I would recommend using either Inktense or any type of colored pencil. I love Polychromos. They blend beautifully. And the first one is, you just need like a yellow green. And this is green gold. So olive, it's a lighter olive color. So pick whichever lighter olive color you can find or have, and then just use that. Now there's a little, you can use, I looked at when I initially did it, I've now colored a couple, so I sort of know where I'm going with it, but you can look at the image here and just find where the darkest outlines is. Now I wanted to make his little head a little rubber. It's just very light light coloring. And then I wanted to do his little body. So I'm just going to color his whole body. And when you color, you will see how the image is going to come out. And then I also wanted to do this area. Butterflies usually have a more striking color or a more dominant color, like orange or a red or a yellow. Now also I wanted to keep this a monochromatic card, so I didn't want to bring in any oranges or anything. And this olive ties in gold, like green gold, definitely ties in with the yellow greenish colors of Old Olive Mossy Meadow. It's got more yellow than it has blue, so it's not like garden green that's got a more of a bluish color. So now this I'm just coloring in these areas, paying attention to where the lines are, and I'm not pressing down very hard. Just want to bring in this color a little bit. And now I'm going to my darker olive. Once again, this is a chrome oxide green. It is again a more yellowish green. It's not anywhere near a bluish green, so it's a warm green. And this one is only for shadows, very lightly wherever you want the shadows to be. So I want to bring out his body, because his body is over here, which you can't really see with the way this stamped. Okay, so just where the body is, I want to put a little bit more shadow on this side, but not a lot. Just so shadow on this side, and just where the outline is on that side. Just like so. And then the same with this. You can see this darker area right here. Very lightly just bringing in this edge and this area here. Probably just forward drill a little bit. Now this color is, you can see it's almost right in the middle in color. It's a bit lighter than this, and then just a bit more green than this one. And that is the butterfly. You can go over all the yellows if you feel that your yellow is like too in your face, because it might get that way after you've done your shading. You can just go over it with your green, and that will bring, you know, mute it down a bit, bring it the color a bit down if you want it to be more monochromatic. But this also brings out the whole butterfly. Now I feel like I can see that it's a butterfly, and it just brings the outlines out. Now the same with this. All you want to do is take your pencil, very lightly follow the line that is, already there, but it's broken up. So you just follow this line. You don't need to draw it in or have it perfect. Now that for me is good enough. I don't need anything else. The stamp has already done the hard work. You just follow the lines. Okay, that is that done. And now we can just put it all together. I'm going to add my liquid glue to the back. This now, I also always love to use liquid glue on when I'm sticking down to embossed pieces. The area that you stick to is less with the embossed piece, and I've just felt that you get way better success when using liquid glue, sticking and adhering to embossed pieces. So I'm just trying to line up top to bottom and then have this equal amount of space, which is 1/2 inch on either side of this. Oh, and I forgot my thread already. I wanted to put that down first. That's fine. You just put this side in there with some liquid glue. Where's my take a pic tool? There we go. Just lift that up a wee bit. Stick that in there. Oh, and I want it down anyway. There we go. That way. This one was easier to lift. Just cut that piece off. Oh, no mistakes, just fix it. Come on. Oh, my scissors are getting blunt. There we go. And that is in. Get it aligned properly. I want to pull it down a little bit more, and that'll be fine. If you want, you can put another glue dot in there too. That will work just fine. And now where did my sentiment go? We're going to stick that, pop that up with dimensionals. I think I'm at the end of my sheet too. Over here, use a piece of this. This piece over here, and another one over here, and then maybe a thinner one. Let's do this one. This way. One over here, and then more. Just to keep everything nice and level. And I don't want to put any dimensionals in the middle because that's where your thread is going to be. Just remove these. Oh, let's just do this. Going to put this over my thread and a little bit off to the side, just off center. There we go. And our bow. Now this we're going to adhere with a glue dot. Grab your glue dots, push your knot into the dot, lift it up, and then you can just put this wherever you want it. I want this one off to the side there. Finesse it a little bit. And then I have the gold glitter enamel dots. I actually forgot I had this in my stash. I think I got it in some Happy Mail. That's what I do believe, because I can't remember ordering it. So I'm going to use this. Thank you to whoever sent it to me. Let me know in the comments if it's you. Then I can at least know. Remember, I use the tiny one on just the corner of the wings. I don't even know if it's still available. It might be in the annual catalog that's retiring now. I can't remember. Anyway, if it's still available, I'll list it below for you. So I put a little one here, a little one there, and then I thought it would be very fun because these have 4 different sizes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually you get 2 sizes or you get 3 sizes. These have 4 different sizes. So I thought that was fun, and I'm going to run 3. So we used this one. I just thought the biggest one was a bit too big, so I started at the second largest size, and then that one, and then another teeny tiny one here at, ooh, scooch up. Ah! Come on. There we go. Right there. So isn't that fun? I do like these 2 on the wings. So that's my share, my share for on tour. And as soon as all of the on tour things are done, I'm allowed to share this with you, and I'll have that upload for you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.